What's up, Vivint? Today we're going to talk about metaverbal communication. I've had a ton of reps ask me, what's your pitch? What's your pitch? What do you say on the door? And at first, before you know what you're going to say at the door, you need to know how to act on the doorstep. We have about 10 to 12 seconds to make a first impression, and most of that impression will be the metaverbal communication that we're saying. I always liked this quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Your actions are speaking so loudly that I cannot hear what you are saying. And so, what is it that we want to say with our body, and what is it that we are saying with our body? You guys would be very surprised. These customers can tell if you're timid or scared, or if you're a confident sales rep, just by the way that you're standing, your posture is. They can tell if you're confrontational. They can tell if you're a good salesman or not, just by the way you present yourself. So it's imperative that we hold ourselves professional, we look good, and that we are standing in a way that is going to help us with the sales. And so, first thing I like to do when I knock a door, I'll show you guys real quick. We're here at a doorstep. Might as well use our resources here. So, you never know who's going to answer the door, and so I don't like to knock the door and be right here in their face. What if it's an elderly couple or someone that's timid? A lot of times you'll notice when you knock the doors, they'll actually peek through the blinds, or they'll peek through a window to see who it is, or a peephole. So for me, I actually like to stand way back. I like to ring the doorbell, or I like to knock the door, and I actually will stand back here. And for a lot of you guys, I don't have a problem with this, but some of you guys are, in a lot better shape than I am and a lot bigger stature. But I always teach guys, they want to stand with 1 foot down and 1 foot like this. And I'm never really like, hey, I'm the big superhero sales rep, looking at them right at the beginning. I always like to have 1 foot down, being very casual. When they knock the door, a lot of times I'm looking at my street genie. And the first thing that I will do is when they ring the doorbell, I'll make sure that I look up. But just by saying that, I want them to feel like I'm busy, that I've been getting a lot of sales here in the neighborhood, and that I am not dying to get the sale. I'm not desperate. I want them to see that I'm confident, but metaverbally I'll have 1 foot down, 1 foot up on this step, and I think it helps me be relaxed as well. And so just by doing some of these little things, I will make a big difference. Once I start talking to them a little bit more, I might show them my street genie, or some pictures or some of the slicks on the iPad. I'll start to gradually come a little bit closer, maybe shake their hand, present myself, tell them what I'm doing. But at very first, I like to start back there. I've actually gotten several sales where they said, thank you so much for standing clear back there. I really appreciated that. And that was, women that are single in the home that might be scared. And so one thing I also teach my guys, a lot of sales reps like to get really fancy with the doors. They'll try to do like all these weird like knocks and like songs and games. I think it's just knock a few good times firm, and so they know, hey, I mean business. It's not a police knock, but it is, hey, I mean business here. We don't want you to act like you're a salesman. It's not used car salesman where we're running up to the guy, hey buddy, yo pal, hey, how you doing, and all lively. That's screaming very loudly, I'm a salesman. I like to act very cool, calm, and collected, very chill. I want these customers to feel like I'm just very casual. When we do actually start using our mouth and words, we want to make sure we're not talking too loudly or too fast. They can sense if we're nervous or scared that way. A confident sales rep is very clear, very smooth in his talking, and even a little bit more quiet. I like to be quiet because it gets their attention in. And so, hey, I'm so sorry to bother you. Are you the homeowner? We're here in the area today. Things like that in a very confident, clear, and concise manner. And you can kind of end on going down on everything you say. And so that will help a little bit on who's the authority here. Hey, I just have some quick questions for the homeowner. Have you been living here for a while? And you can ask these qualifying questions without saying, have you lived here before? Are you the homeowner? That shows a little bit of weakness, and it also sounds like you're a salesman. And it sounds like you're the guy that knocked their door that they said no to 20 minutes prior. It's important that we hold ourselves very professional, and that we are the authority here in the area, that we're helping out a lot of the neighbors. Hey, do you know the Johnsons is better than, hey, do you know the Johnsons? And so just a few things that we tweak in the metaverbal, as well as the first things in the tone that we say, can make a big difference. So just remember, when you're on the doorstep, the thing that you're saying first isn't even worth your mouth. It's with your body actions, metaverbally. We have 10 to 12 seconds to make a first impression. So So let's make sure we're being authoritative, we're confident, but we're not confrontational. Let's stand away from the door and let's look professional as we knock these customers. Let's protect the brand and make sure that we're representing Vivint in the best way possible. We will get more sales if they know that we're not scared. And then in the speech that we use when we do start talking, if we're just cool, calm, and collected and very smooth in the way that we're talking rather than nervous or like a salesman. And so if we can get down these few things, it will make a big difference in the way that people treat us, and it will buy us a lot more time. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "I can't hear what you are saying, your actions are speaking too loud." Let's make sure our actions are helping us close the sales, helping us get in the homes, helping us build trust and get the sales rather than blowing the sale before we even get a few words in. So my challenge today would be practice metaverbal communication with your roommates, practice it in your correlation meetings, and then practice it on the doors. Make sure we're sharpening our saw and our skills metaverbally every single day, but we can do that before the day even begins, and let's make it a great day.